And I am here to share an important message with you. Remember, every minute in the USA, a child is taken by CPS. Watch CPS Victims Hunting Justice every Monday through Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time to learn about the destruction of families. Join us on this journey as we shine a light on the struggles and seek justice for those affected by CPS intervention. Together, let us raise awareness and work towards creating a better future for our children and families. Tune in to CPS Victims Hunting Justice and stand with us in the fight for a fair and just child protection system.
And they are stealing children by the thousands for Title IV funding, no other reason. Well, the incentivizing of adoption by American Safe Family Act from the Clintons that gives caseworkers bonuses for stealing kids and adopting them. They tear apart families by removing fathers and weakening the family structure. Sure, there are groups out there helping families, but we question the purpose and are realizing that so many are taking advantage of the victims of this CPS machine. They pretend they are something. They are not just to get popularity, to monetize for profit, and do this leading others down a rabbit hole of false information. This is dangerous and unacceptable. Here comes the CPS Punisher and CPS Victims Hunting Justice with the purpose to protect the victims so they can no longer be taken advantage of by a government or a mob. Creators that are trying to make money from you, be aware. The CPS Punisher and Melissa will be here to protect you and defraud all these people taking advantage. Watch CPS Victims Hunting Justice on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We are coming for all those foreign and domestic. We are ready to hunt those ruining so many lives and end this pain. Then ask the Lord for forgiveness. If you are one, be afraid. Be very afraid.
In the shadows of the night we stand our ground. Whispers of the lost, their cries resound. The CPS Punisher with truth as our shield. We'll fight for the children, their wounds revealed. The system spinning tales, painted lies on the walls. A child of many lost, will you heed the calls? Herbert's guiding light, Vinny sharp insight. Together we shine, bringing truth into the light. No silence, we raise our voice. We're the warriors, standing strong, fighting for justice where we all belong. In a world that's lost its way, we won't let them win. Together we'll rise, let the healing begin. No more silence, we raise our voice. We're the warriors, standing strong, fighting for justice where we all belong. In a world that's lost its way, we won't let them win. Together we'll rise, let the healing begin. Behind closed doors, the truth gets twisted. False claims and betrayal, so many lives enlisted. Those judges wear blindfolds and kangaroo courts, but we will uncover their heartless retorts. Families torn apart by insidious schemes. Mothers in anguish, drowning in dreams. With every step we take, we forge a new path. Education as our weapon, igniting their wrath. This is our country, our stories are told. We're the warriors, standing strong, fighting for justice where we all belong. In a world that's lost its way, we won't let them win. Together we'll rise, let the healing begin. We're the warriors, standing strong, fighting for justice where we all belong. In a world that's lost its way, we won't let them win. Together we'll rise, let the healing begin. We're the warriors, standing strong, fighting for justice where we all belong. In a world that's lost its way, we won't let them win. Together we'll rise, let the healing begin. We're the warriors, standing strong, fighting for justice where we all belong. In a world that's lost its way, we won't let them win. Together we'll rise, let the healing begin.
Sit back and listen closely to what I'm about to say. This is a story about what is taking place today. So this ain't no joke and it could be you or me, man. You ready? They're a government agency called CPS. That's Child Protective Services if you didn't guess. Their whole line of work is federally funded by a couple of bills passed by Congress.
The first one came around 1935, and that was made to help orphans survive. See, there was already protection for the family animal, but for the children, nah, they were on their own. So along came politics to set the problem straight. They voted it passed at SSA 35, Franklin Roosevelt. We applaud, no more kids will ever starve. Fast forward 60 plus years and here come the Clintons. Dirty white trash in the Oval Office set, and the public eye bull was playing with girls of age. But when the lights went down, Epstein was called, and now there became girls afraid. So they got a good idea, let's instead of this taken. So on the cover of Time was a little boy named Gonzalez. No one gripped or screamed, that's when they realized they could take away these kids and no one say a thing. They could flood the doors of all the foster homes by giving caseworkers higher wages and bonuses to compete. They made the perfect storm for trafficking complete. They called it as FAFA, America's Safe Family Act. What a joke, all they did was put everyone on the scope. Now here comes CPS tearing families away, a child a minute on a good day. And as they fill up their pockets and stand by the hope, those dirty politicians were whisked away on the Railroad Express with Diddy and Jay. Now these caseworkers are running around bringing home the bread while families starve. The aid that is taken from 4B isn't quite paced where it's meant to be. Instead of reunifying, to terminate your rights. And it doesn't matter if you're kind or fight. The safety plan is the tool that they use to get you to sign your rights of and give your kids away. But they don't tell you any of this, they wait until another day. Then they show up screaming imminent danger while you're in the kitchen baking a cake with the kids with danger. All they see in the sleeves are rolled up and nothing is leaking. Don't you get it? There is none. That's a word called discretion. CPS used it all the time. It's made for that profession. Don't think you'll reunify the number 12%. This is the odds, so the only thing to do is stop them before they get the chance. Follow these rules, don't let them on the house without a warrant. Second, don't say a D word unless it is my lawyer, sir. Don't try to talk your way out, there's nothing to say, but get the hell out. My kid's not for sale and you're not God, so can you move along? Caseworker, no bonus today. And Mr. Police Officer, please escort her away. And that's it's all you need. And that's it's all you need. That's all you need.
Where silence screams, the truth lies buried beneath the seams. CPS is out, hunting on the prowl. With the badge of justice, we'll take the vow.
They come with badges, dressed in deceit, taking children, claiming it's all for the streets. But we rise up, we won't be ignored. The CPS Punisher leads us toward the score. They come with badges, dressed in deceit, taking children, claiming it's all for the streets. But we rise up, we won't be ignored. The CPS Punisher leads us toward the score. Together we stand, for the truth we'll fight. CPS, hear a battle cry. No more corruption, we'll reach for the sky. A family torn, but we're ready to stand. For our children's rights, we'll take back our land. Vinny's on the mic, with hearts on our sleeve. Herbert's got the law to help us believe. Expose the lies, peel back the mask. No more injustice, its truth will unmask. Stand together, this mission's ours alone. CPS, hear our battle cry. No more corruption, we'll reach for the sky. A family torn, but we're ready to stand. For our children's rights, we'll take back our land. Stand together, this mission's ours alone. CPS, hear our battle cry. No more corruption, we'll reach for the sky. A family torn, but we're ready to stand. For our children's rights, we'll take back our land. CPS, hear our battle cry. No more corruption, we'll reach for the sky. A family torn, but we're ready to stand. For our children's rights, we'll take back our land.
Check 1 2. Vinny, are we good now? Yeah, we're good. So welcome to Tuesday night CPS Victims Hunting and Justice. I am your host, the CPS Punisher. I'm sorry for the long intro, and I'm sorry for that little delay there. But I was just trying to play for you guys some of the songs from the new album that I'm trying to put out. So if you guys could, if you like the tunes, leave me some comments right here in the chat section. I'd really appreciate that. And then don't forget to like and share and all that good stuff too. Just so we could get some more recognition out there, and it helps us get passed along. Yesterday, I came up with a document that had some stats on it for you guys. Right now, I want to continue just for a second here with these stats because there's some interesting things right here, guys. This comes from the Congressional Research Service too, by the way. It says child welfare spending and programs. It says state child welfare agencies spent about $31.4 billion on child welfare purposes during the 2020 year. According to a survey by researchers at Child Trends, most of the spending drew from the state and local coffers. Of the remainder, 30%, which is 51%. Of the remainder, 30% was supplied by federal child welfare programs, including Social Security Act, which is 18%, and from other programs, most of which are not solely block grant and temporary assistance for needy families. then less than 1% from the offsets from the private in-kind support. For 2024, about $11.0 billion is provided for federal programs dedicated wholly to child welfare. All right. Then it goes, help and support the provision of foster care adoption assistance or guardianship assistance to children who meet, ready? Federal 4E eligibility rules. The program may also fund kinship navigators, selected service intended to prevent the need for foster care placement. Federal support for these 4E activities is authorized on mandatory, open-ended, and permanent basis, and estimated to be at $9.7 billion. So we have a shoot ton of money here, guys, that they're putting aside for keeping our kids in our homes, but they don't seem to be doing a very good job at keeping our kids in the homes. And then I know that they've inflated these numbers and said they've investigated these things and they're not true to what they are. I mean, we all know that the numbers that they get on these papers, they're not going to be what reality shows by no stretch. I mean, we have more kids missing a year. I mean, every year, these kids, there's more and more and more and more kids that come into the system that get stuck or lost in the system. So you can't tell me that every year it's wiping out as a clean slate, guys, right? So that's my little beef for this morning. Let's bring Vinny out here, see what Vinny has to say. Vinny, my man, how you doing?
Well, I mean, I gotta say, the figures are pretty close because I was talking to my counselor today at counseling about the whole CPS and everything going on, and we got into a discussion at the end of my session about policies and procedures and what these people are actually making and what these foster parents are making. And she told me, she goes, they've been making close to $2,500 for the past 9 years in foster parents. So they're making $2,500 a month to take care of our kids. Yet when we apply for general assistance or anything, we don't even come close to making what they're giving them.
Vinny, is that $2,500 a kid or is that $2,500 a family?
$2,500 a kid.
Wow.
So do the math if they have 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah. I mean, 4 kids, $10,000 a month. That's over $100,000. This is $120,000 a year job right there.
Yep.
Whew, man. Now imagine if they put that money back into the families and back into, the families to help them get off their feet, to get their rent caught up, to get all of their services paid for. Because that's really what this stuff was supposed to be for, was to help some family that was in need pull themselves together, get themselves close to what they need so that they can operate efficiently and by themselves without government assistance. And we know what the government doesn't want us operating independently of them. They want us to depend on them. That way that they have all the control. We've had enough. We the people, all of us, all these groups, we have all had enough. And I was hoping that we were going to get Miss Renee on here tonight. Maybe she'll still come in, but she was on TikTok, and they have that class action suit, I guess, that's going on. Have you heard anything about that?
Oh yeah, I know about what Miss Renee is doing.
Okay, well, I don't. So can you fill us in a little bit? She got a class action suit or something federally?
Yeah, it's a federally funded program, and by getting your name on that list, it helps them get to where they need to be. She has it in her bio. She's got it posted out there, and she explains to you how to do it. If you got a case number, you can put that in there. But it's helping them spread it to Congress, and so Congress can look at it and say, okay, these are all the cases involved,
right? And
this is what is going on.
Gotcha.
And they're looking at these cases and going, well,
wow. So, but is it a class action suit? I'm pretty sure.
I think it's between a lawsuit, right? A lawsuit and Congress, I think.
Let's see if I can get her video up here. Maybe we can play that. I wonder, is this the video? I don't remember who brought it up on the show last week, but remember someone was bringing up saying that there were some women on this show on TikTok trying to getting something.
Yeah. That was me. I think I sent you her
Was it
link.
All right, hold on a minute. Here she is. Not
Or the link to, we sent you the link to the page for it too.
okay. Here it is. Right here, I got it.
Good evening, Durham. I saw you down there in the chat.
That's right. Durham comes to us from the UK, buddy.
It's good that we have UK people in here. It really
Yeah,
is.
it's freaking awesome that we do.
Now we can get everyone from all over.
Right. Well, I mean, last night it was great. That was a good night, man. We had Josie here,
Yep.
That was fun. So we had like 3 continents covered.
I'm glad to see Josie back. I really am.
Yeah, I think she was happy too. All right, let's see. This is the video that I saw. This
Are
was
you a
bad.
victim of lawfare? Has family court, CPS, and all of their tribunal affiliates ruined your life? Do they stalk you? Have they been in your life for years? Have they taken all of your money? This video is for you. We, the people, are standing up to the corrupt government.
Hey, stand up.
And we are using hashtag We the People. And there is a team of people, including lawyers, who are serving a writ, a class
got a Herbert
action
with
writ
us.
on the Supreme Court on behalf of all the people whose lives have been ruined by things like court napping and who have been alienated from their children because of corruption in every state in the United States. I told you about it the other day, and many of you have signed up. It doesn't cost anything. It's just that we need your information, nothing personal. We just need enough information to prove that you had a court case and you were affected in a negative way by civil court system. Now, I promised you that I would tell you exactly what was on the writ that is being served. And this is a timely matter. So as soon as I'm done telling you these 5 things, I need you to go right to my page and click on the link, because it's important that we get as many people on this as possible. The number of people matters. So, number 1, we are asking the government to cease and desist, especially where CPS is concerned. Stop kidnapping children immediately and trafficking them immediately. That is just one of the examples of what it might mean to, or we the people to order the government, who, by the way, we are sovereign over, to cease and desist the corrupt activities that are not constitutional. Another video. Number 2, all court orders which we know have been bogus will be void. We're asking for them to be voided. Court orders to take your children, void. That's number 2. Number 3, we're going to ban it. We would like to banish court hearings, because as we know, court hearings are not a trial. A trial by the constitutional rules of the Constitution says that we cannot be convicted of any kind of crime or have something taken away from us without due process, which is a trial by our peers, 12 jurors,
Right.
if you like, not a
And they don't
judge
even
in a
do that.
row that sides with CPS.
Right.
Okay, number
Why do you
4.
think they hold them Jeopardy hearings?
Reparations. We're asking for compensation, but that's not
They've
the
already
point
they
at
already
all. The
convicted
point
you
is
of the
we want our freedom back.
of it anyway.
But
Right.
we know that we've lost our houses, we've lost our
You're
livelihood, we've lost
you're guilty
everything
until you're
because
proven
of
innocent.
lawfare.
Yeah.
Because the court has tyrannically turned against
that's
us
cool, actually.
as
Thank you. We can
innocent
put it up here,
American
too.
citizens who had done nothing wrong, and framed us, blackmailed us, and trafficked our kids illegally, unconstitutionally, for no reason. So we would like reparations for that,
Yeah.
so
we
that
would.
we can have our lives back, our houses. Maybe we could even buy a car, because we've lost everything trying to buy attorneys. Okay. Number 5, we are charging the government and those who have turned a blind eye to all of this human rights all of these human rights violations, the millions of them, let's call it what it is, we're charging them with treason as we the people who are sovereign, who hire the government. They work for us.
Right.
Okay. Now keep in mind that the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence,
I
and
keep telling
all
them that
of the
too.
things that the founding fathers set up on our behalf were for the purpose of avoiding treason in the future.
The
And it
same
is
with
our
the
obligation
attorneys work
to
for you.
come up against treason and not sit
You're a
back
taxpayer.
and
They
let it
work for
happen.
you.
We have to take our rights back, and that's what we're doing. Okay. So go to my page.
If it wasn't for them, they
There
wouldn't have
it
a
is.
bar.
It says Linktree Court Reform. Linktree.
The
There's
bar-
a little
the
paperclip
bar-
thing. Click
the
on
bar.
it. You will see a menu come up. You're
The
going
bar
to
was
scroll
developed
to
by
We the People. Hashtag We the People. You're going to click on that, and it's going to bring up the information that you need to fill out for the writ. You're going to need, the only thing that you need is your, you're going to have to look up your case number. And I realize that you might have 10 case numbers. Just pick one. And
I
put it
agree,
in there.
John.
That's the thing that you're going to need before you start to fill
You
that
think
out. It only takes 1
Cash
minute.
would be better
Then
spent
press
on
submit.
birth families
Now, if that's
staying
too much
together.
trouble for you, because I've had people say that they're having trouble, I understand. I'm not techie either. So you can email to courtvictims@gmail.
Court victims
Okay?
at Gmail.
You can email
Yeah.
your
Courtvictims@gmail.
in the subject. You're going to put writ, WRIT. You're going to put you're going to email your case number, your county number, your state, and your judge's name, and so that information needs to go in the email and send it to courtvictims@gmail. If you want a hard copy, you can ask them to send you a link, which is already in my bio on my profile page on TikTok. But I don't think that you can print a hard copy out from there, but possibly you could copy and paste it. But anyway, if you have any trouble, go to courtvictims@gmail. Okay. Now, why are we doing this? Number one, because our government has been taken over by private corporations. We're calling it USA Incorporated.
Oh, we
Number
got an
two,
actually.
These government imposters use our taxpayer-owned buildings and their fraudulent positions to invent void codes that they call laws.
We got
and
Ashley with
fraudulent tribunals they call courts to steal, seize, and deprive our unalienable rights to seek the fruits of our labor, our family, property, liberty, and lives. Number three, we the people and our human rights are
Laws in the
sovereign
house.
to man-made governments and man-made codes. Number four, no man or woman can seize, steal, or deprive the unalienable rights of any other man or woman without due process, trial. Okay, number five, to the contrary, legitimate governments are established for the primary purpose to protect, defend, and enforce the unalienable rights of we, the people. Number six, instead, USA Inc. government imposters run a global child sale, human traffic, genocide crime syndicate that they mask and pretend they can legalize by calling it a false protection sounding code word like, quote, child services and, quote, guardianship. So those are the reasons that we are doing this. And if you say, well, I would just like to go after them myself and file my own civil suit, that's great. And we encourage you to do that. But do this too, okay? Do this too, because a lot of people are not having very much luck coming up against.
You all got to do this if you're
Devil.
having problems with CPS.
They're not having very much luck.
Well, I mean, I
You're
think
gonna
everybody
need
should just do it just
support.
because.
You're going to need
This is against the federal
to
government.
coordinate with all the people across America.
It's a
And
writ
you're
against
going
them.
to need God on your side. And by the way, that is who I work for. I don't work for a corporation. I don't work for anybody. I just report news that I'm hearing from across America, the United States of America. I am connected to people in every state that are in the niche of family court reform. I don't work for anybody. I don't represent anybody. I am on the board of #WeThePeople as a person who is to get the word out to everybody. And so I'm happy to do that, as I am happy to do that to give out information of anything positive or negative that is happening in our movement every day. And I work every day to find out what is exactly going on and what we can do to take our rights back. That is my purpose in life, and it comes from God. And so keep praying, keep believing, have faith that this is going to come to pass. I pray for you guys every day. Justice is coming for us. Stay tuned.
All right. Seeing Herbert out here. Ashley, Herbert, feedback. You're welcome, Herbert.
Ashley, can you hear us?
Ashley's having a sound issue there.
Yep, I see that.
There we go. I think Herbert got rid of the feedback. Yep, we're good, Herbert. Herbert, how you doing, bud?
Oh, it froze.
Oh, it's the fake Herbert.
That's a good question.
He's very still.
It's basically because they're allowing it to happen because they're making money on it.
Yeah.
Even the judges have a cut and all of it.
Right. Well, that's just it. And a lot of these judges we're finding out they own foster care facilities or adoption orphanages, and they're in this stuff just as much. And I'm very curious to see how the whole thing with the Chevron case being overturned, are judges really going to start ruling as judges should, or are they still going to remain with the discrepancies of the departments, letting them rule for them? I'm curious to see if we see a turnaround in the amount of TPR hearings that are actually won opposed to lost because the department wasn't ready to sever those, or was ready to sever those ties and someone else wasn't. I'm very anxious to see if there is a difference in this.
There is a way that we can go after them, because if you go on to any government website, it actually has the judge's page, and you can file a complaint against that judge.
Yep. Yes, I can. But what about their immunities, though? What do we know about that stuff, Vinny?
The only ones that really, like the guardian ad litems, do not have full immunity. They have a partial immunity. Now, on the other hand, the judges and CPS do have immunity. Still. I did some digging and I found out that if you do try to sue them, it's not really going to go far. They're going to get you to an offer, and then they're going to cut it off at that.
So they're looking just for a quick settlement, you think? That's what's going to happen?
Oh, yeah. Because they don't want to have to deal with the process of going through courts, because they have full immunity.
Right.
As a government agency, they have full immunity.
Do you see what Durham said right here? Parents who think this will never happen to them need to wake up, because no child is safe from these authorities. And he's right.
I fully agree, Durham. I fully agree. Parents nowadays need to watch what they're doing. They need to watch what their kids are doing. They need to watch the schools heavily. And if they got a kid in school, if you can homeschool, pull them out.
Yeah, for sure. Facts there.
Counseling. Don't let them talk to counselors, because the counselors are just as bad. Mine, not as much. Mine is actually kind of on my side. Matter of fact, she was pulling through some case books for caseworkers today, and she said she's going to make me a copy of a whole bunch of them.
I got the policy manual. You want that?
Well, this is how they train CPS workers.
Yeah, I have it. It's 400 pages, 400 something pages, and then attached to it's the policy manual.
But I asked her, about coming on my Saturday show, and she said she had to decline due to how many people she's actually dealt with CPS, she can't jeopardize her job. And, you know, I understand that. But she is willing to go to court for me. So that's big to me.
Yeah, that's real big for you. I mean, hopefully it sticks through, right? Hopefully it doesn't fall out or something happen.
I don't think so, because she's seen just about my entire case. I've showed it to her, and she agrees that there's way too much discrepancies.
Herbert, how you doing, bud?
Good. I think that parents also need to watch what they say around their children, because the children will repeat it to their friends, to the teachers, and to other individuals.
So what do you say? What do you mean by saying to other? What do you mean? But like, what things should they be careful about saying?
Well, Vinny was just saying things that children should avoid and people should avoid doing. I was listening to Vinny.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, in addition to that list of things, parents have to be aware of what they're saying around their children.
In other words, Herbert is saying parents should be appropriate around their children, talking appropriately, not talking about, like, say, their happenings in their bedroom, or you know, what they're doing. It should be behind closed doors.
Yeah, but I go a step further. Don't just have a common conversation to your wife or husband that, you know, Bobby's coming over with the weed later on this evening.
Right.
Uncle Bobby's coming over to deliver some weed.
Right. I agree with that, or whatever. Right.
Because the child hears that, and they talk to other children.
Yep.
So I'm saying, you if you think your kids, they're not adults, they're children. And I'll tell you something about children. Very rarely do children really lie. Little kids don't know how to lie.
Right.
So they repeat what they hear.
I agree with you 1,000%. So you need to be double extra careful, because the second that they bring that comment to the school and they tell their teacher, mommy and daddy talked about toking up on a joint, that teacher has to mandate report them, right?
Yep, he does.
Yeah, I mean, the teacher, okay, it's a mandate that the teacher's supposed to report. Yes, it's a mandate. But does the teacher have to report? You got my drift?
No, I got you. It's the discrepancy thing.
Yeah. I mean, if the child says, well, I told my teacher about the marijuana, you know,
Right.
and tells another teacher they told teacher number one, told that to teacher number two can report teacher number one for not saying nothing.
Right.
So I gotta answer this, because Durham said social workers in the UK get away with perjury because the court puts it down to mistakes, not lies. Then he said, when a judge makes an order here, social workers seem to be able to break them, but if we do it, we could end up in jail. Well, to Durham, to that, I'm gonna say that the workers get away with it because the AAGs, or attorney generals, also put in their reports that they never said it, and that the attorney general works for CPS without you knowing. But I found out he does because, well, I'm sly and I'm smart.
You are, Vinny. You are the man. He even says it in that song. Did you hear that? Vinny's sharper than attack, or whatever it says that I said.
I caught it in all of my court papers for CPS. I caught the AAG signing off on a lot of my paperwork, even my dismissal.
Now, what is the main rules and regulations about that?
It's supposed to be done by a judge, not an AAG.
So what does that mean? If they did
That means he's plagiarizing what CPS tells him to do.
But what I'm saying is this: are those documents still legit?
That I don't think so, and neither does my
So that should be
CPS.
void ab initio. Why are they not doing a motion to dismiss for you?
He declined it,
Who declined it?
the AAG, so it never went to the judge.
I don't think that you should make some sort of a strike against him. He's the one that's violating these rules and the policies and procedures. He shouldn't be able to rule on that. I think there's something completely wrong with that, actually. If you put in a motion for this stuff, I don't think the AAG is supposed to be ruling on it, man.
Well, I got the copy right in my file. I have a file going of everything going on this entire case.
Right.
And I still have all my screenshots, and I'm waiting for them to have this hearing because I'm going to lay it out on the line, and they're going to know.
Oh, just be careful when you do that, buddy. Just be careful. I can only tell you, like how much you can be careful, but
I'm going in with a level head on my shoulders, knowing that, you know what, they have sat there and put me as a criminal and as everything else, and well, they're allowing other behaviors to happen behind the scenes with these children.
Yeah. You know what's really unfortunate in these situations is, so you're going to go to court. Let's just say, God forbid, they terminate your parental rights, but then you go to court the following week for the crime, and the crime is you found not guilty, or they dismiss it, or whatever. But now you've lost your kid because of the accusations, but yet you weren't accusationed. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that make any sense? How does that make any sense whatsoever? That you get not found in any sort of criminal anything, and then they like, oh well, we'll take that. It's just crazy, absolutely insane that they're able to pair those things up like that. It should be obviously the criminal case goes first, and then followed up with a TPR, because they eliminate that stuff in your criminal case. What the hell is what is the point of going to trial over it? And then they're going to sit there and say, oh, it doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't matter. How the heck does that not matter? When your case is based off of accusations that you did something or I did something that wasn't true to begin with, how the hell can they sit there and be able to do that? It just doesn't.
The judges in their pockets, and the AAGs in their pockets, and the guardian ad litem's in their pockets.
Yeah, they used to all come up together. They'd all leave together, go to lunch at Applebee's or whatever, like the AAG and the caseworker and the GAL, but yet they're all supposed to be neutral entities of each other.
And they're not.
Right. Facts. But yeah, what do you know what, Vinny? I'm going to find here another song. I'm going to play you guys another song, right? Is that cool?
I'm okay with it. I don't know where everyone else is anyway, so.
Right. Well, we're here.
I mean, Durham's here, he's talking. Carrie's talking here and there. I know she's busy all the time.
Yeah, she works, and she's a 24-hour around-the-clock freaking working mom, everything. That's another one of those machines, that Carrie. Let me see here. I made some new ones today that were pretty cool. Just kind of change it up a little bit here and get some like, it's nice to sometimes, I know this is a tough subject that we all harbor in and everything, so sometimes though it's nice to be able to just sit back and just take a minute and have a little fun with it too,
and it gives a little bit of an intermission.
Yes, sure does, Vinny. It really does. Everybody should check out the new apparel too. That's on my Shopify store. You've seen all the apparel, right, Vinny? You know what the stuff looks like.
Yeah. I see it all the time when I log in.
Yeah, I just ordered some, so that'll be exciting. I ordered the hockey jersey and a couple other things, but I got this one, the CPS sweatshirt right here, the ballerscps.com sweatshirts, the Make Parenting Great Again hats. They'll let them know that they're recording signs right here, so you don't have to let them know. There's a sign telling them that they're being recorded. And then, of course, the Trump fight shirt that I just designed right there with the bloody ear picture and everything. But there's way more than that up there, guys. There's shoes and sneakers and boots and dresses and cameras and notepads and this and that. And, you can see it all at abolishcps.com or at my Shopify store, or I'm trying to get it up on the YouTube channel right here. And obviously I have them here. So, and if you guys have anything that you're interested in, please let me know. Also, if you guys need logos or something designed, I do that. So if you guys have images or things that you need done for your cause and for your people, feel free to hit me up, and we can start looking at that. Vinny, I got in on TikTok last night.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was TikToking away. Thankful for Josie. She showed up, helped me out before the show. So that was nice of her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's too bad Miss Renee couldn't make it tonight, because I tell you, people would be blown away by the amount of stuff she posts.
Carrie, let's see. It's a video from that same channel talking about how the law is written and how they consider our young kids and babies juveniles and use juvenile rules and laws for babies. Did you see that?
Welcome back, Mr. Herbert.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been here all the time.
Is Herbert?
I've been here all the time.
Were you hiding in the background over there?
I had things to do. It was making a lot of noise, so I know it interfered with the show. But I was listening to everything you guys were saying.
That's good. That's nice. What have you been thinking about what we've been talking about, Herbert?
Well, for one, I listened to the video, and I wanted to comment on that of the lady that was talking, and she makes a lot of sense. And to me, it's not about abolishing CPS, but modifying how they do things, how the court system works. I think that if you're being judged, like she said, should be judged by your peers. It should be a jury trial.
Yeah.
And they should hear both sides of the story.
Right.
I definitely agree with that.
I'll tell you too, what people aren't considering either, and you guys need to make sure you tell your attorneys that you want to do this, is your caseworkers aren't being put on your own witness list. You are only getting the opportunity to cross-examine your caseworker, in which case it's very bleh. You don't get the opportunity to do it enough. Make sure that you put your caseworker on your witness list. That way you have carte blanche to ask that caseworker anything that you need to ask about any given time, any given anything. If you guys just stick with what you've got going on from the previous way, then if you're happy with just being able to cross-examine a caseworker, fine. I know that going full tilt at the caseworker in that courtroom is a necessity if we're going to start beating them, and they need to make sure that they put these people, put your accuser on the witness list. That way that you know you get the opportunity, and so do they. They might chicken out, or, you know, like not chicken out, but they'll back down. And a lot of people, you'll see the power of the pen. You know, you start, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this, you know, and next thing you know, everyone's, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, so, yeah. So I'm looking for this here. Vinny, how was your show on Saturday? We didn't talk about it much yesterday, did we?
It was great.
Good. Other than me not being able to break my bone. So, I was just looking for this song that I made for the show here. Hold on a minute. You know, you guys are welcome to chat it up if you'd like. Maybe take some of these things off the We in the UK support you. Yes, Durham, you are the man. We appreciate you guys so much. I'm so glad that I met you guys the other day, because this is going to be a great partnership, I believe. Herbert, you got anything new in the way of statistics or anything?
No new information on statistics. Just a lot of things going on. I did send you something in your mail. Did you get it?
Let me see.
You sent me something too, but I haven't viewed it yet.
I sent both of you the same stuff.
Okay.
I thought
I
haven't
viewed it yet, but I will after the show, and I'll let you know.
It has to do with a father taking his son, and he He got rid of his son, unfortunately, and he's been placed in jail. But I was asking you guys if you thought this would be a matter where CPS should have gotten involved before it got to that point.
Well, library, judgment of a father.
Remember, I look up a lot of law enforcement stuff.
Yeah, did you hear me say that in the song, Herbert? Did you hear me talk about you being the cop and everything?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Let me see here. Let's try this one here. This one's pretty good. No, we already heard that one. Mass judgment. Let's see. We did that one. Let's do.
So, Vinny, how long we have before you go for your court again? Another week or two?
The 20th and then September 9th.
Okay.
When is 29th?
September 9th.
No, September 9th for the CPS case. The 20th for my first depo hearing for my criminal.
Well, I mean, it's getting real now, right? It's getting down to the nitty gritty. But how are they doing all these court hearings without you going through the proper procedures and everything? I don't get that.
Well, just like they are blocking me from evidence now too. So.
Well, I think, like the lady said in your video, these are not court cases. These are just hearings. It's a big difference between a case in court and a hearing.
Right.
So I think maybe people should demand that there should be like a trial, like a jury trial.
Well, for his his criminal case, he will be able to, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, criminal cases and civil cases, you have people that listen. I mean,
right, but he won't be able to get a jury trial with that civil case, but with the criminal case,
jury trial on civil cases. Like,
oh no, I can get an actual trial in the CPS case too. My attorney told me about it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So they'll let him file
and doing that
for a huge race.
They do it. They do offer a jury trial.
Oh, they do. So if they do you think you want to go that route?
I probably will be going that route.
Yeah. It gets cold up there where Vinny is.
In California, foster parents get between $1,000 and $26,000 each month. Holy biscuit!
How much?
2,600, he said, and 1,000.
Damn.
Yeah, but isn't that contingent on the condition of the child?
And the age. The age is a factor.
Okay, the age and the condition. For example, you have a child that's an ADA child that needs assistance in many ways. It may take a lot of attention.
Yep.
Versus a child that needs no attention.
Right.
So that's where the costs go up and down. Actually, they don't have enough foster parents. They're having a hard time finding foster parents. That's why they have those group homes.
Yeah, which is even worse.
Exactly, because the child's not getting that one-on-one attention.
Right, they're not.
You can't keep them separated from people for long when they're small. No, at all. Have you guys ever checked out that the fear of the harm of removal study?
Yeah,
No.
I remember we went over that once before about the hormone removal and the mental, the mental stability of the child later on in age and how it affects them.
Yeah, it's completely. Uh, it's a great study. Everybody should read it. I think it should be a necessary study. I mean, I think it should be necessary for the caseworkers to have that in their repertoire as they're making those decisions. I really do, and I think that there should be like a checks and balance about when they do remove that child. I don't think the caseworker should just be able to make that her mission and to remove that child. I think someone else should be overseeing her, or at least being a partner to her, to ensure that it's not loss of.
Well, everything you're saying right now will be answered once we get Gail's person on the show with us.
That'll be exciting whenever that
because
is.
Everything you're saying may be happening. It may be true that it's not just one person's decision, but a group decision.
Durham, I believe so as well. They do have a reimbursement program.
Do you know that most of the states also have a reinstatement program for reunification if your child hasn't been adopted or such like that? That they have an actual reinstatement program of rights.
Huh.
It's pretty.
Yeah, but that's when. How long after though? How long does it set? Does it give an exact like?
Reinstatement of your rights is it says 30 minutes from here because it's
Me and Darren are in Maine, Durham.
Yes, sir.
And Herbert is in Arizona, Darren. Durham.
Durham.
We got Durham and Darren.
Durham and Darren.
Durham, where are you in the UK? What Providence or what part of the UK are you? I think Brenda tried to call me today. I missed some calls from her.
Yeah, some calls. I would say that she was trying to call you. You had some calls.
I used to be. I got rid of mine.
Cell phone?
No, TikTok.
You got rid of TikTok?
Yeah.
I thought you were like a TikTok freaking hound.
I was really good on it too, and nope. I had a caseworker stalking my page, and every time I blocked her, she'd come back with a new one.
Jesus, that's awful, man.
Yep. And then they were trying to use it in the CPS case. Trying to say make it sound like I'm an angry person is what my attorney told me.
Well, it's a good thing you blocked it.
Yeah, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere.
What do you mean it's not going to go anywhere? The fact that it's out there, it's in media. I mean, it could be recorded and could be shared in court.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, they can go ahead and do all they want. They got screenshots anyways of me blasting them out on Facebook, so I really don't care.
Right.
It's the whole purpose is she was stalking my page.
Jesus, that's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah, oh yeah, they definitely do stalk social media. Any outlets of social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Anything that you're on, they'll find you.
They find you. Hey, Vinny, this song I'm going to play right here is called Judgment of a Father. It's another one of mine. It's another one of my hits here coming up. And it's just about that. It's about how fathers and families are torn apart by, you guess who? CPS. And how they break down the man. That's pretty much what I'm going for here. Judgment of a Father right there. Okay.
tell you a story. I'm sorry if it seems a bit boring, but these are stories of fathers whose lives are being destroyed way too early. It all started when I opened my mouth, complained about a stupid mistake. I knew better than to have more to say. I did it anyway. I'm a father and a husband. I'm no longer trusted. They have taken away the things I hold dear, making me realize my biggest fear. The foundation, it has crumbled. Now there is tears where there was muscles. So now I waste away, missing my daughter as she plays. I am guilty of nothing. When I was a dad, I was something. These people passing judgment have no right to say I'm a bad father, get away. This place no longer for you to stay. I don't wanna see you here, never again will I hear. Hey daddy, come play with me. I need you to make some tea. I shed a tear looking at her smile. I won't see for a while. Now as days pass by, the tears have dried from my eyes. All that's left is the memories of that beautiful smile. So thank you for passing judgment. You people don't know nothing. To that little girl I was something, and you took it all away. So thank you for passing judgment. You people don't know nothing. To that little girl I was something, and you took it all away. Now my baby is grown up. Those people messed things up. I lost life's miracles there behind, with just a picture to remind me. Guilty of nothing. When I was a dad, I was something. These people passing judgment and have no right to say I'm a bad father, get away. This place no longer for you to stay. I don't want to see you here, never again will I hear. Hey daddy, come play with me. I need you to make some tea. I shed a tear looking at her smile. I won't see for a while. Now as days pass by, the tears have dried from my eyes. All that's left is the memories of that beautiful smile. So thank you for passing judgment. You people don't know nothing. To that little girl I was something, and you took it all away. So thank you for passing judgment. You people don't know nothing. To that little girl I was something, and you took it all away. Now my baby is grown up. Those people messed things up. I lost life's miracles there behind, but just a picture to remind me. Oh, now my baby is grown up. Those people messed things up. I lost life's miracles there.
I guess they wanted that to be done. What'd you think, Vinny?
That's pretty badass. It
Right?
really is.
So what do you guys think about this, man? What do you guys, all you guys in the audience think here? You know, put it up in the chats.
Durham
every
said it's
song,
cool
every
tune,
song
bro.
it has like a meaning to it about, you know, like being a father, you know, or something like that, you know?
Because that's exactly what they do to us, too.
Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that maybe this
They
will-
alienate the fathers
Mhm.
almost all the time. But I know someone where they alienated the father, took his rights, and now all of a sudden he has more rights than the mother does. Explain that one.
Wow. Who knows, man? It's crazy.
Carrie said she loves it.
Good.
Carrie said she really likes it.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you much. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to do that album. Maybe we can make it go viral. I don't know. I know that one song anyway, the FCK CPS one. I think that one's the solid, guaranteed, making it happen thing. My opinion, anyway. But anyway, well, guys, what do you think? Pretty chill night. I'm fine with leaving it at this. How about you?
What do you think, Herbert?
It's okay with me.
All right. Let's do it, Herbert. Let's do some last words, bud.
Okay, watch what you say to your children, and be careful who you invite in your home that may be looking around, even if it's your children's friends from the neighborhood, because those friends will go back and report things to their parents, thinking it's cute or funny or whatever, and that could get you in trouble with CPS.
All right, that works for me. Vinny.
My last words for tonight is avoid CPS at all costs, protect your children, do not trust judges, guardian ad litems, CPS, or the courts.
You got that right. A whole list of them right there. My last words are, make sure you write everything down. Don't respond to anything. Don't do anything unless you email it. And even though you can email a carbon copy, a CC copy of it to a friend or a relative or whatever. That way that they can prove it too, that they got the stuff. Keep CPS away from your doorstep. Make sure you contact a lawyer. Do all that stuff. We're out of here, guys. CPS attorney.
I hope Durham is going to try to come on one day, hopefully.
Who was?
Durham. He says that he's going to try to join us.
Oh, all right. He wants to come in right now. Is he going to come in?
Not now. I don't think so. Ask him. Ask him if he's going to come in now.
Yeah, Albert, thank you for letting me join. Hope you get on with you guys. Hope you can get on with you guys.
That's what he said.
Yeah, well, I sent him a link earlier. I don't know. We'll get him tomorrow, I guess.
Well, Durham, did you receive the link from Darren? Maybe he's typing.
Maybe so.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Yeah,
all right,
okay.
Guys. All right, have a good night, guys.
You too.
Okay, take care, Vinny.
They take away the fathers, leaving just a mom and cubs. They know that with dad out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built upon our families of yesterday. Fuck CPS, fuck what they doing. Fuck CPS, they need to be ruined. It's all about the division of family services. You hear that the division is what they about. They prey upon the family, the ones that the dad's been kicked out. We can't stand for this abomination. This is the song that needs to play across our once great nation, making us aware of the problem. Stealing our kids, it's not mama drama. Stand up for those who are lost due to them. We need to fight for the family, making America great again. CPS comes along with the mission to protect. The only thing they are doing is cashing in those checks, paid for by the souls of the children. Diagnosed by a caseworker who is still a baby herself. They take away the fathers, leaving just a mom and cubs. They know that with dad out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built upon our families of yesterday. Fuck CPS, fuck what they doing. Fuck CPS, they need to be ruined. It's all about the division of family services. You hear that the division, that's what they about. They prey upon the family, the ones that the dad's been kicked out. We can't stand for this abomination. This is the song that needs to play across our once great nation, making us aware of the problem, stealing our kids. It's not mama drama. Stand up for all those who are lost to them. We need to fight for the family, making America great again.